Boosie just went off on Fredo Bang online, straight calling him out and labeling him a liar. No filter at all. This whole situation popped off because of an interview Fredo did on Say Cheese just yesterday. But let's be real. This tension didn't just appear overnight. Their issues run way deeper than one interview, even if Boosie tries to play it like that. These two are tied into a long, painful history connected to a serious street conflict that has hit both sides of their families hard, leaving scars that never really healed. In that interview, Fredo kept it honest, saying he always hoped Boosie would show him real love and acceptance. But that energy never truly came his way. And even now, he's saying Boosie moves strange with him.
Boosie, right? I know y'all had like a weird, like, it wasn't beef, but it was just weird. I know y'all kind of related, right? And y'all recently bumped into each other? Not recently, but...
We bumped into each other a few times.
But I know now y'all are better than before, right?
Yeah, when he want to be.
When he want to be? So Boosie's just like, it just depends on the day?
I guess so, bro. In person, he see me, we speak to each other. What up? What up, cuz? You know what I'm saying? Everything should be good. Then next time, nigga give me their number, I don't holler, I don't talk to him, but then shit, dude call all us on FaceTime, he jump on the phone.
Oh, so for young boy.
Like everything seems cool face to face, all smiles and respect. But once they part ways, it's silence, missed calls, and no response at all. No matter how much they don't rock with someone, this situation still hit different. And Fredo was clearly pointing at Boosie with that energy. So here's what went down. Fredo Bang, Boosie, and Webby were all booked for the same show. Everything looks set. But then out of nowhere, Fredo gets cut from the lineup.
He's in the airport in Atlanta. I was about to fly out. He about to fly out. I seen him. And I was like, yeah, I gotta holler at him. You feel me?
Of course.
And we just ran it and got some just like clarification on like what it was.
And what was it?
It's just a lot of history between like Baton Rouge and just like people.
No warning, no real explanation at first, just removed like it was nothing. Then the promoter steps in and tells Fredo straight up that Boosie didn't want him on the show, which made things even more tense. Fredo wasn't about to stay quiet either. He reposted the original flyer that had all three of them on it and wrote, "They kicked me off this show, but that's what happens when you the most hate it." Like he was letting everyone know how he felt. Then he even shared a DM between him and Boosie where he said, "Damn, you taking food out my mouth. You can't do a show with me on it?" And you can feel the frustration through the screen. Fredo really seems confused, trying to figure out where all this bad energy is coming from, especially since he's saying they got family ties. "I haven't done nothing to you personally. Why do you hate me so much?" That's the question Fredo Bang is putting out there. And it's hitting hard because you can hear the frustration behind it. He didn't stop there either. He made it clear who he was talking about by reposting another flyer.
Boy, Ivan, he got killed. They followed us from the club. They killed him. Well, they killed the whole car. Everybody died.
This time showing only him and Webby, locked in for a different show after the one with Boosie. That move spoke loud without him even needing to say much more. So here's how it played out. The original show with Boosie and Webby still went on, just without Fredo, all because Boosie didn't want him included. At least that's what Fredo was told. Then promoters turned around and set up a whole new event with just Fredo and Webby.
Ivy, yeah, that's what it was. Trill wanted to sign Ivy, and Boosie ain't want to answer the phone. He was acting like a so I stopped with him. Then he tried to come to shenanigans and bring a nigga a pint of syrup. Then a fight broke off in the club and his ass ran out the club like a little hoe.
Ever link up and maybe do a record? I know that there might be some politics behind that. There might.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of you know, like people we can't talk about over.
Right.
You know that I stand on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing he done did. It's just, you know, people
Cutting Boosie out this time, which made the situation look even messier. It's clear Boosie had a big role in Fredo getting removed, and now people are left trying to figure out what really caused all this tension, because just like Fredo, a lot of folks are confused about where this bad blood even started. When Bands got out of prison, things started heating up fast. Boosie jumped on Instagram and posted, "The real Hattie Young in his home," making it clear who he was backing with that statement. Not long after, he gave Boosie Boy B that title, putting him in position as the one holding it down. And right away, he had him going back and forth with Yoshi and others in that circle. The tension didn't stay quiet either. It spilled straight into the music. Boosie Boy B later dropped a snippet where he said his uncle put $100K on late Yoshi's head.
Tried to text him, call him after that, let's do some music. You know, never respond. Like I got a FaceTime dude on the phone to get him on the phone or some shit. But hey man, I'm still happy. I love his music too, man. I would love to work with him one day.
And y'all are related through marriage, right?
I know his grandma gives us and some shit. Everybody be related. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of cousins and fucking. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a big fan. I grew up on your music, dog. You know what I'm saying? I did a song with one of my idols, Gates. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And you don't have one record with Boosie. Your own cousin.
I got a fake number.
He gave you a fake number?
Ain't never read.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, dog.
My mama that gave me a number. My mama that gave me a number that ain't never read.
No.
And that line had people talking heavy, because that's not something you just say lightly. It added even more pressure to an already intense situation. Boosie youngins clearly didn't think this all the way through, because people started saying they must not know their uncle's history in Baton Rouge, especially when it comes to serious street situations like paying someone to carry out a hit. Folks were like, if they really understood that past, they probably wouldn't have ever put that line out in a song, because that's the kind of talk that brings real attention. Still, the track dropped, and once it hit, there was no taking it back. Late Yoshi didn't stay quiet either. He came right back with a response, but he wasn't just reacting. He had a whole strategy lined up. And the way he moved, it reminded people of something straight out of the Meek Mill playbook. Back when Neek was going at AR Ab, Arkansas Ab's close ally Dark Low jumped in and took shots at Meek. And Meek fired back saying, if you got your youngin' to diss you, I'll get my youngin' to diss you. Basically turning it into a bigger chain reaction. Yoshi seemed to be moving with that same kind of calculated energy.
Fredo, bro. You gotta stop with the false narratives, and ain't no truth in what you said, bro. You never had to get YB to call me and I answered the phone, bro. You know that, bro. When we was all on FaceTime that day, bro. YB and Gates called me. They added you in the call, bro. You popped up. They added you on the call. Nobody never said they was calling you or nothing, bro. They added you on the call. And I was when I saw you on the call, bro, because I ain't never getting on a phone call with my old bro. But to say that's why I answered the phone, because you got YB to call me, there ain't no truth in that, bro. Ain't no truth in that, bro. Then to say that when I see you, I be like, what up, cuz? Like, come on, man. Like, man, bro. If you gonna go on a podcast, bro, tell the truth, bro. Don't lie on me, man. You know, matter of fact, just don't say nothing about me, bro. You know what them podcasters be trying to do, bro. Don't feed into that shit, bro. Them people messy as man. Don't feed into that shit, bro. Man, don't feed into that shit. Man, don't take that bait from them clowns, bro. But I ain't gonna let you lie on my name, bro. Like, oh, bro, you did not get YB to call me, and that's why I answered the phone.
So Meek Mill took it there and had his younger cousin step in to diss Dark Low, turning it into a back and forth through their circles. Late Yoshi moved in a similar way, picking his own side to respond through someone close to him. He chose his younger cousin, Lil Ivy, to deliver a diss track right back, keeping that same energy alive. Yeah, Lil Ivy, connected to Ivy Smith Jr., stepping into the spotlight tied to a heavy family story. People pointed out that he was not even born yet when his father passed away, which made his involvement hit even harder for those following the situation. Now this is where things started getting even more intense, because once Lil Ivy stepped in, it wasn't just music anymore. It felt personal on a whole different level. His track had people talking instantly, not just because of what he said, but because of who he is and what his name represents in that situation. Listeners were split. Some saying he shouldn't be pulled into something this deep, while others felt like he was just standing up for his side. At the same time, the back and forth kept growing.
And nobody never said they was calling you or nothing. You just popped up on there, bro. And that's the truth, man. That's the truth, bro. That's the truth, Fredo, man. Don't. Ain't no truth in what you said, bro. Like, ain't no truth in that, bro. You know that, bro.
With each response adding more pressure and more eyes on everyone involved, what started as tension between a few names turned into a wider situation, pulling in different voices and making it harder for things to cool down. As all of this kept unfolding, people started looking back at the bigger picture, trying to connect how things even got this far in the first place. What seemed like separate issues at first was now clearly tied together, with old tensions, public callouts, and these show situations all stacking on top of each other. Every move, every post, every song was being watched closely, and fans were picking sides heavy. At the center of it all, the situation between Boosie and Fredo Bang still stood out the most. Because it didn't look like simple disagreement, it felt way deeper than that. The mix of public statements, missed connections, and behind-the-scenes decisions kept raising questions, and nobody involved was really clearing the air, which only made everything feel more intense. And even with all this going on, neither side looked ready to ease up, not even a little bit. The posts, the music, the quiet moves behind the scenes, it all kept building, like something bigger could pop off at any moment. People watching this play out started noticing how every response felt more calculated. Like nobody was just reacting anymore, they were planning their next step carefully. At the same time, fans and observers kept asking the same question over and over. How did things between Boosie and Fredo Bang get this far when there once seemed to be some level of respect there? Now it feels like every interaction, whether it's public or private, carries tension. And that distance between them just keeps growing, with no real sign of it closing anytime soon. You know what I'm saying, but I'm a big fan. I grew up on your music, dawg. You know what I'm saying, I did this on one of my idols' gates. You know what I'm saying, ain't no truth in that, bro. Then to say that when I see you, I be like, what up, cuz? You know, matter of fact, just don't say nothing about me, bro. You know what the podcast will be trying to do, bro. Don't feed into this. People miss his, and don't feed into this. I don't feed it today. I don't take that bait from them clowns, bro. That's the truth for you, though, man. Ain't no truth in what you said, bro. Like, ain't no. That right there shows how messy and emotional this whole situation really got, with words flying and both sides trying to clear their name while still throwing subtle shots. You can hear the mix of respect, frustration, and straight-up confusion all in one, which just proves this situation is far from simple. If you've been following this story, you already know it's deeper than what's being said out loud, and it's still unfolding right in front of everyone. Make sure you tap in with FameZar, hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this situation.